So Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer reveal is 1 week from today, and we've got a lot to touch on over the course of the weekend here and into next week as we gear up for COD Next. So in the meantime, now that we're in the final countdown of sorts to the multiplayer reveal for Modern Warfare 3, I want to take a look at everything official and everything leaked that we've seen about Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer thus far. As we go along, drop your thoughts down below on what you're most intrigued by, interested in, or perhaps looking forward to out of the Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer reveal. If you enjoy the video, you find it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. I'll be streaming the multiplayer reveal and raw gameplay from Call of Duty Next this time next week here on the YouTube channel. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of that in the coming coverage for the game's multiplayer reveal, beta, and eventual launch to follow, all in video content as well. If you'd like to stay up to date with all that, I'd love to have in the community. For now though, let's jump into everything official and everything leaked that you need to know about for Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer. Let's start out on the official side of things here, the things that have already been confirmed. Let's start out with maps here. One of the big marquee items here with Modern Warfare 3 is the 16 remastered maps from 2009's Modern Warfare 2. Not all the maps will be perfect remasters, but basically every single map that you remember from back in the day, or perhaps in the case of some newer players that you never experienced but always heard about, you're going to be able to play all 16 of those maps here at launch. Again, not all will be perfect remasters. There are some visual updates and some slight map changes. For example, Favela's soccer pitch or football pitch is now paved over with a blue acrylic coated blacktop instead of it being actual grass. The lake behind the boathouse on Estate is now accessible for swimming and can now access a new platform where players can go to overlook the area. Rust, while having some visual changes, also includes a new building where players previously liked to camp. And there were other additional smaller changes that were detailed, but probably for like 95% of what you guys remember from the original Modern Warfare 2 2009 maps will be that way come launch here of Modern Warfare 3. But those aren't going to be the only maps we end up seeing. We'll also see 4 brand new maps for large-scale play. We have Resort, Military Base, and Industrial Belt, all for ground war modes, and all 3 of those have also been confirmed to support the invasion mode introduced with Modern Warfare 2 that features AI and specific base spawning that is kind of like a tug of war back and forth, which by the way was also a really good way to rank up your weapons early on within Modern Warfare 2. Probably going to be the same within Modern Warfare 3. But then we also see the map of Launch Facility coming for the war game mode returning here. Additionally, for multiplayer, we're going to end up seeing that map voting will be a thing in Modern Warfare 3. Coming back, a classic feature here that we've seen on and off a couple of times in the last couple of years, but is now going to be back here for this. As for maps in post-launch, one thing that myself and I'm sure maybe you and a lot of other people were concerned about was how much are we going to get that is actually new content? Well, seems like right out of the gate, we are going to end up seeing more original content than, say, remasters or reintroductions. In an official blog post, it was mentioned, as previously stated, we'll have over 12 all-new core 6v6 maps in our seasons, with 3 all-new 6v6 maps hitting in Season 1 and 3 all-new 6v6 maps hitting in Season 2, along with additional maps and modes throughout future seasons. So right out of the gate within Seasons 1 and 2, yes, it will take a little bit of time to get there, about 3 to 4 months in total, we will see 6 new original 6v6 maps coming as well. So it seems like while we'll have a large familiar dump with content up front with launch, we'll start to see a lot more built out for the original catalog of maps as well. That said, let's move on over into new and returning modes. For new modes, we've heard about Cutthroat, which is a 3v3v3 round-based elimination game mode. So kind of sounds like gunfight 3v3v3, kind of like multi-team back in Black Ops 2, but for gunfight, which will be interesting. Curious to see how this will play out. War is new to the Modern Warfare universe, not necessarily new to Call of Duty as a whole, but it's returning with Modern Warfare 3 and is a progression-based, checkpointed tug-of-war game mode for those that didn't play it in World War II. Honestly, I thought that was a lot of fun back in the day, and it provided unique maps for play on those, so it was always cool to see those additional layouts and how they constructed the maps. But then we also see returning modes of all of the classics. Team Deathmatch, Domination, Search and Destroy, Kill Confirmed, Hardpoint, and the likes. But what will be cool is that for some of these returning modes that we've become accustomed to over the last 10 years, well, it's been over 10 years since Modern Warfare 2 2009, and these maps have been playable. So this will be the first time we see things like Hardpoint and Kill Confirmed that are played on these classic maps that weren't supported back in 2009. So very cool to see how that'll all work out. We also have confirmed that hardcore, not tier 1, will be there at launch. And then in the live seasons, there's detailed, air quote, tons of new modes on the way for the new 6v6 modes, war experience, and party modes. But content aside, let's talk about the core gameplay features. How's the game actually going to play when you jump in? Firstly, at its very base, we're going to see 150 HP instead of 100, which is essentially your Warzone no plate health now being the standard. So that should, in theory, increase the TTK and make it a little bit slower here, which I personally think is good. Results then in more skilled gunfights and who can control their weapons better, as opposed to just somebody sitting in a corner and just two-shotting somebody before they have a chance to react. Additionally, headshot multipliers are also lower, meaning that more consistent shots are going to be needed. The minimap is going to be how it always should be. Red dots on the minimap here at this. The standard minimap from COD has come back from Modern Warfare 3. Still, Infinity Ward with Modern Warfare 2019 and Modern Warfare 2 are the only studios to ever take red dots away, and I don't think that I'll ever understand that. Movement we're going to see being reverted back and making it more faster paced here at this, where it's detailed as less restrictive and more responsive, where you can air quote cancel almost anything. So that means you can end up doing things like slide canceling, reload canceling, which is a big one here at this. You're going to be able to mantle faster and mantle while sprinting. Able to fire immediately after sliding. There's an ADS while sliding perk. You'll see an increase to the attack sprint duration based on the weapon class in hand, meaning that if you have a pistol, you're running with that, you're going to have longer attack sprint than if you were, say, attack sprinting with an LMG. There's increased strafe and ADS move speeds, and your attack sprint will recharge while sprinting, whereas in the past with, say, Modern Warfare 2019, that was bugged where attack sprint would reset while you slide canceled. So this is a way that in theory won't be abused, but still grants you enough attack sprint that you'll be able to use it a lot. We're also going to see a new movement mechanic called tack stance, which is a new toggleable mechanic which is used for breaching and clearing. It reduces your hip fire spread but isn't full ADS, similar to kind of like a halfway point between the two, a bit wider than a canted laser ADS from Modern Warfare 2, but probably the closest comparison here that we can give. But it dramatically increases ADS move speed but introduces that spread to the equation. It's designed for aggressive CQB combat, and you can fire in tack stance while sliding. Other mechanics that were already detailed include the ledge hang mechanic returning that was seen in the gameplay footage from intel drops for some of the open combat missions, and we know that dolphin diving will be returning as well. How our loadouts will work here: gear is going to be our new perk system. These are leaked, which we'll talk about here in just a second, but officially speaking, as of recording this, we haven't seen anything directly from the source mention any specific gear perks just yet. The biggest thing though that is confirmed in regards to how these gear and perks will work is that all perks are going to be active from the start of the match, which, thank God. Again, another stupid change, I think, for the timed rollout in Modern Warfare 2 and how it was all connected via perk package. But anyways, we also will see new equipment of the Breacher drone, which deploys an explosive drone that is radius-based. We'll have the Mosquito drone, which is an aerial zone denial drone. Think Hunter-Killer. The ACS Spike, which is an equipment that you can place on a capture point and will capture a hard point, a flag for you, and acts as a player on an objective. You can also hack equipment with that. And the Comm Scrambler provides ghosts for an area for your team. Kind of reminding me of Reaper's Shroud from Black Ops 4 and that ability there, but that's your new loadout specific items. One additional thing in regards to weapons in what was briefly described was aftermarket parts. These were described as unique weapon configurations that can introduce new paths to progression, though undefined in what that meant. Attachments don't always have to be unlocked via weapon platform and progression with these aftermarket parts, and what we've seen so far is that they kind of seem like they'll be that 3D printed attachments for weapons. The one they described was a pistol turned carbine, and it was stated that these are limited in quantity at launch, but they'll really come to life post-launch. So we'll see how that's all handled here at this, but beyond that, we know that weapon vaults in terms of additional weapon content is coming as well. We see that we have 2 of those with the Vault Edition this year for Modern Warfare 3, whereas we only had 1 and maybe 1.5 the entire year of Modern Warfare 2. The FR Avancer had that universal wrap, which was essentially what the Vault cosmetically was, but the real draw of the Vault, at least up front, was that you got all of the weapons attached to that specific weapon platform unlocked from the very beginning, and all of their attachments as well. The weapons themselves weren't ranked up, but you had immediate access to all of that kind of stuff. So that was a big point with the Vault, and now you'll have 2 weapons, potentially 2 weapon platforms coming along with that with Modern Warfare 3 as well. Finally, in terms of content, we know that we will see some carry forward content from Modern Warfare 2 into Modern Warfare 3. Now, without going too far into detail here at this, just think every weapon and every cosmetic item you have, that's stuff that will end up coming in. There will be some exceptions. They haven't really laid out in specific what those exceptions will be, but they at least have that legal jargon that, hey, not everything will be coming, but about 99.9% of that stuff will be. People thought initially that that would be like some of the removed items, say like the Nick Mercs and Tim the Tatman bundle from the store, that those wouldn't transfer, but they will for those that do own it. That's already been confirmed. So we'll see how that all works in regards to that, but basically all of your cosmetics, all your operators, operator uniforms, camos for Modern Warfare 2 weapons, all your Modern Warfare 2 weapons as a whole, that stuff will then transfer into Modern Warfare 3, meaning that your day one offering has 2 games worth of weapons right up front that can be usable. So certainly interesting. It's essentially your Warzone integration, but with a mainline title. It's the first time we'll see that happen in that regard. But finally, rounding out the multiplayer discussion and what we know of so far is a couple of things. Firstly, the multiplayer beta. We have Weekend 1 here, which is going to be a PlayStation exclusive starting on October 6th. So not this time next week, but give or take like 12 to 16 hours or so, depending on when this video goes live, as of next Friday, October 6th. Early access starts then at that point and goes until the 6th and 7th, that being for PlayStation users that pre-ordered or ended up getting a game code from either a giveaway from Call of Duty, other creators, if you got it as a reward for a viewership reward with the CDL and the World Series of Warzone. Whatever the case, if you had a redemption code here for this, you can play those 2 days. October 8th to the 10th, though, that's when anyone with a PlayStation can jump in and play. It's free to play at that point. Then Weekend 2, the crossplay beta, kicks off on October 12th, where anyone on PlayStation can play. It's still that open beta for PlayStation, but those are the beta code from pre-orders, redemptions, whatever the case. Those players can play if you're on Xbox and PC. Then October 14th to the 16th, anyone can play regardless of the platform, or if you have a beta code, it is simply free to play for every major platform, which, by the way, all major platforms will be supported here for this game in Modern Warfare 3, that being PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X and S, as well as Xbox One and PC. That is all your official confirmed stuff here for Modern Warfare 3 to date, and that's where we can then jump over into some of the juicier stuff of leaks for Modern Warfare 3. This information coming from a whole host of different leakers across the last couple of months. Honestly, though, I'm kind of surprised. We don't have a ton of stuff that is leaked to date that really hasn't been confirmed or touched on just yet in an official capacity. So firstly, let's talk about weaponry. Now, some of these will be in-game names, some of them will be sort of real-life counterparts, but we see the assault rifles of the CDG-57, the Holger, the Anvil B, the MCW, the AK-556, and the MTZ-556. We'll have the battle rifles of the MTZ-762, the XM5, the Bushmaster ACR, and the Bass B. The SMGs will have the Striker 45, WSP-9, Lock 9, Scorpion Evo, and SAR 9. The sniper rifles will have the KVB-73, AMR-50, and the KVS Terminus. The DMRs will have the CZ Bren, the SL8, ACR DMR, and the SVK. The LMGs will have the QBZ-95 LSW, the MG-36, the PKM, the FN Evolus, and the PKP. And finally, the pistols of the Glock 21, the RHS-12, the Micro Uzi, and the M93 Raffica. Now, in terms of other gameplay-related leaks, we'll see that doors, unfortunately, will be in multiplayer. Personally, I don't care about doors. From some of the footage we've already seen, it doesn't seem like there's going to be an overabundance of them like there was in Modern Warfare 2019 and kind of Modern Warfare 2. But again, I think grand scheme of things, those really aren't gameplay breaking things. I know some people kind of lose their lid over that, and to each their own, but for me, I don't care too much about that. We talked about how perks were going to be new gear items. A couple of categories here leaked out from Bob Network UK a little while ago, where we saw the boots leak out, where that included the canvas sneakers, which eliminate footsteps, so essentially you're dead silence. Stalker boots, which increase strafe and ADS movement speed. The tactical pads increase slide distances and allow for full ADS while sliding, while also increasing that stance transition speed and crouch movement speed. The ultralight boots increase movement and swim speed while reducing noise while swimming. The running sneakers increase tac sprint duration and reduces the refresh time, and the climbing boots will increase climbing and mantling speeds while also reducing fall damage. Then we also saw the leaked glove perks, where the assault gloves apparently were while jumping, accuracy and time to ADS is improved. Custom gloves apparently increase weapon swap speed. Scavenger gloves apparently resupply ammo and throwing knives from dead players. The specialist gloves apparently throw equipment further while resetting fuse timers on thrown back grenades. The tactical combat gloves enable reload while sprinting, and the marksman gloves apparently reduce sway and flinch while ADS. Additionally, according to Bob, we'll apparently also see detailed weapon statistics come back for Create a Class, which is something that honestly I think should be in every single Call of Duty. I don't know why we've seen it in Black Ops Cold War and Vanguard. Then with Modern Warfare 2 and, well, Modern Warfare 2019, it was kind of like an afterthought. You didn't really think about it until you were like, oh, that'd be cool to have. But when you saw it in those prior 2 games, not having it in Modern Warfare 2 really seemed like a missed opportunity, especially whenever they were trying to take Gunsmith to the next level and be the most comprehensive gunsmith we've ever seen in Call of Duty. So to have that potentially coming back, very much so hoping that's the case and very much so looking forward to it if it is indeed the case. And then finally, apparently combat pacing is not going to return, but that's something that with the potential for 10v10, 12v12 or larger scale game modes right up front, Sledgehammer's done that in the past, so it wouldn't necessarily be the worst thing if it's not there. But anyways, that is everything that we've heard about multiplayer for Modern Warfare 3, both officially and unofficially here, a week out from the multiplayer reveal at COD Next. Now, that said, we are going to, of course, keep you covered here with everything you need to know regarding Modern Warfare 3 leading up to and beyond COD Next and the multiplayer reveal, with us even streaming the multiplayer reveal. So make sure you guys subscribe here if you guys are new to the channel, but let me know your thoughts down below. Are you looking forward to anything in particular with Modern Warfare 3? Maybe not so much. If you enjoyed the video, you found it out insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on it. And again, make sure you subscribe to stay updated with all things Modern Warfare 3 and all the continued coverage upcoming. But for now, that's what we're going to call it. So thanks so much for watching. Mod has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.